Well, that's why we can be effective, is that we don't allow certain types of people into our organization. We don't accept certain types of people. So because of that, we're able to maintain the purity of our teaching. Because of that, we're able to stay away from religious politics or any kind of politics. We're able to focus on becoming self-realized instead of on dealing with all these problems. Anytime you have a big organization with all different kinds of people, you have a big set of problems. Anytime you try to take anybody, accept anybody and everybody, of course there's going to be problems, because they're going to bring their problems with them. So our policy has always been that we accept only very highly qualified people, and in that way we avoid so many problems. Of course, we still have our education program that outreaches through the internet, where anybody can participate. So it's not like we're limiting our teaching activities, but we are limiting who can come as a resident student. Anybody can take our courses, anybody can watch our videos. We don't limit or discourage that. All we ask is that people should be sane and courteous in their dealings, and that they should focus on learning this esoteric teaching and implementing it in their lives, and not come to our site or participate in our forums for any other reason. There's plenty of other forums where you can do other things if you like. But when you're on our forum, you stick to this esoteric teaching. That's what it's for. So anyway, this is the cure. This is the sugar candy. To relish Krishna's name, qualities, form, pastimes, personality, his relationships, and so on, and his service. And if you do this steadily and consistently over a significant period of time, you will make tremendous gains and ultimately cure the material disease, the material consciousness, the ignorance that affects you all. And you'll come to self-realization too. And at that point, the sugar candy starts tasting really sweet. So that's why we're presenting this esoteric teaching. Please take it, use it, benefit from it, and spread it. Okay. Are there any questions? Questions, comments? Remember to mute the mic? Okay.
Hare Krishna. Question from Mother Melissa. It's a little long. If we are new to the teachings and we have not mastered them yet, will Krishna still protect us if he knows we are trying and our intent is pure? Is love for Krishna enough to have his mercy when the upcoming changes?
Slow down. One question at a time.
Okay.
And who's going to win the Kentucky Derby? It doesn't matter if we're new. What matters is if we are well situated in the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And what that means, in turn, is that we are sincerely executing the process to the best of our ability. So basically that means chanting the holy name, following the 4 regulative principles, and engaging in some kind of service in the community of the devotees. So as far as I can tell, you're doing all that. So I wouldn't worry about that. Now, what was the next question?
Is love for Krishna enough to have his mercy when the upcoming changes come? I feel like I am trying to do too much too fast and I'm becoming mentally burnt out. All I want to do is focus on my love for Krishna.
Well, that's what Krishna wants. He wants us to love him. Huh? That is the best service to Krishna.
The sound gets cut out when I mute this for a few seconds.
What, all the sound?
Like I'm seeing sound over here.
But help him, Uddhava. Anyway, so Krishna wants us to love him, and he wants us to also do some practical service. Both has to be there, the inner and the outer. It's not enough to just be a sentimentalist. Yes, I love you, Krishna, and then not do anything else. Nor is it sufficient to have some kind of external engagement in Krishna consciousness, but inside we're cold and our heart is closed and we don't love Krishna. We need both. We need both. And when we do that, then we get Krishna's full mercy and full protection. So what we need to do then is to have some practical engagement in Krishna's service. Now, you're just a very new devotee. So for you to start to create a community and all that might seem like over-endeavor. And maybe it is an over-endeavor. You know, generally speaking, we want people at least to start a community, we want them to be at least an initiate. You know, and preferably a second initiate. And that means finishing the Bhakti Shastri course. And we haven't even got anybody enrolled in the Bhakti Shastri course yet. Nobody has made it through the Bhakta course yet. I posted a message yesterday, I don't know if anybody's seen it, that come on, hurry up, let's get through the Bhakta course already, so that we can go on to Bhakti Shastri. For that the initiates, those who want to take initiation, should all be graduates of Bhakti Shastri. At least Bhakti Shastri 1. You know, so I don't know why these courses are taking so long. I don't know what the problem is or why it's going so slow. But I wish the devotees would apply themselves and try to learn the scriptures, learn the pastimes and like that. And then, you know, gradually this community stuff will come together. I've been preaching for a long time, 6 or 7 years now. And I've been warning of the difficulties that are coming for that same amount of time. But people have not been listening to me, they have not been organizing themselves, they have not been advancing in this knowledge to the point where they can convince others and organize others. So I'm afraid the whole thing is going to come together at the time when it becomes a dire necessity and not before that. You know, and that's, you know, I hate to say it, but that's not my fault. I've been putting out this warning now for years, and I've been trying to get people to get organized, and no one has been listening to me. No one has been following these instructions. And before me, Srila Prabhupada gave the same instructions back in the 1970s. He said organize self-sufficient communities, and nobody did it then. So as a result, we're starting from scratch, right as we're going, you know, into the most difficult crisis probably we've ever faced. So what can I say? You know, I tried my best, Srila Prabhupada tried his best to give this message to the people in the West, and nobody listened. So now here we are going into this huge crisis, and everybody's still trying to make believe it's not going to happen. Well, it's already happening. So there's really no excuse to be in denial. And my responsibility, my first responsibility is to the lineage, to maintain the lineage, so that this same knowledge, this same esoteric teaching is available to the next generation. So that's why we have our little band of monks. And, you know, my responsibility is to take care of them, train them up, and give them the tools they need to propagate this teaching to the next generation. You know, if you can kindly help us with that, that would be very valuable service. Now, as far as others go, yes, you should have